Indiana's appeals court has made its decision concerning ownership of shares in a Spencer County theme park. More on that decision. Plus, a special celebration of manufacturing was held yesterday at the Vincennes University Jasper campus. More from that. And Len Maringer with the Lincoln Heritage Public Library is our guest this evening on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin tonight with an ongoing manhunt across the area. Jasper police are seeking the public's help in locating a man wanted for rape and sexual battery. 28-year-old Randall Kratzer Jr. is wanted on outstanding warrants in Dubois County for rape and sexual battery. The warrants were issued following an incident back on August 30th where Kratzer forced his way into his estranged wife's apartment on the north side of Jasper. Once he had entered the apartment, Kratzer battered and raped his estranged wife, according to police. She was able to escape to a neighboring apartment, where she then contacted police. Kratzer Jr. had left the scene by the time that police had arrived at the scene. Police say Kratzer Jr. has family and friends in Spencer and Perry counties. Anyone who has any information on Kratzer Jr.'s whereabouts are asked to call Jasper Police at 482-2255 or the anonymous tip line at 481-COPS. The Indiana State Appeals Court has made its ruling on ownership of shares in a Spencer County theme park. The State Appeals Court says that Lori Cook, the widow of Will Cook, the late president of Holiday World and Splash and Safari, is not required to sell shares in the facility to her husband's brother. The ruling issued yesterday upholds a county judge's finding that Lori Cook was the majority stakeholder of the holding company that operates the Santa Claus theme park. She took control of the shares upon the sudden death of her husband in June of 2010. Dan Cook had tried to buy his brother's shares in the park, but the appeals court ruled that his offer of $26.8 million violated terms of a 2002 agreement between the Cook brothers and their sister Natalie. That agreement governed the sale of shares in the event of any of their deaths. Holiday World, which opened as Santa Claus Land back in 1946, was originally owned by Lewis Cook. His son William Cook Sr. later took over operations. Shares of the business were then divided among William Cook's 5 children. Natalie Cook sold her shares to her brothers back in 2009, leaving Will as the majority shareholder with 60% of the company, and Dan Cook had 40% of the shares. Holiday World released a statement following Thursday's ruling, saying that Holiday World has flourished over the decades thanks to the dedication of 3 generations of Cook family members. They went on to say that as they move forward, the park will continue to embrace its cornerstones of safety, service, friendliness, and cleanliness as they add new attractions and entertain families for generations to come. A former principal of an elementary school in Pike County has filed a lawsuit against the school corporation. Rick Fears, the former principal at Otwell Elementary School, is suing the Pike County School Corporation on grounds that he was wrongfully fired from the corporation. The lawsuit comes about a month after Fears was fired. The lawsuit, filed on Wednesday in Evansville, makes 3 complaints against the corporation. Fears is first of all seeking a restraining order to prevent his contract from being ended by the corporation before its originally slated June termination date. In this first complaint, Fears further touted his accomplishments at Otwell in the lawsuit, and he alleges that he will suffer loss beyond repair due to lack of income and benefits, in addition to damage to his reputation should he not be reinstated. The second complaint made by Fears in the lawsuit accuses the school corporation of breaching his contract by putting him on administrative leave on July 1st to begin considering whether or not to fire him. The third and final complaint in the lawsuit states that Fears was discriminated against when he was singled out by the school board and treated differently as retribution for comments that he made about the functionality of school board plans. This, according to the complaint, is a violation of Fears' First Amendment rights. Additionally, the third complaint alleges that Fears was held to a different standard than other district employees, and thus he suffered damage to his reputation. Fears is asking for adequate compensation from the school district for the alleged damages. Pike County School Board Attorney Val Fleeg says the board has not yet been notified of the lawsuit. However, he says that he expects the corporation will have to formally respond to the complaint within 20 days of service. Fears was originally put on administrative leave back on July 1st following allegations of misconduct. A findings of fact statement released by the school board at the time of his firing alleged that Fears failed to follow teacher evaluation guidelines and did not adhere to guidelines of the school corporation's RISE model of evaluation. Other charges levied against Fears include allegations that he violated Family Education Rights Privacy Act, or FERPA, guidelines and testing guidelines, along with an allegation that he tried to change data for a state report. Fears was officially fired back on September 3rd. Prior to his firing, Fears had been employed by the Pike County School Corporation for 23 years, 7 of those as principal at Otwell Elementary. His most recent contract, as mentioned earlier, was set to expire in June of next year. Jim Isaacs was appointed as interim principal at Otwell Elementary and will continue serving in that role until a permanent replacement is found. A local arts entity will soon be hosting specialized educational programming thanks to some help from the community. The DuBois County Community Foundation and the Jasper Arts Center will team up to host a couple of performances next week by the Golden Dragon Acrobats. The special school performance is set for next Friday, October 11th. All 4 school systems in the county, Greater Jasper, Northeast DuBois, Southeast DuBois, and Southwest DuBois, along with Holy Family and Precious Blood schools, have been invited to participate with limited seating available. Attendance for students and the schools will be free. The schools will be given travel stipends to offset the costs of busing. Though the performance will be shorter than the full performance, which is set for next Saturday, students will still be able to see several amazing feats of balance and juggling. Jasper Community Arts officials say they are grateful to have the opportunity to partner with the DuBois County Community Foundation for this event. Speaking of the Golden Dragon Acrobats, the full performance will be held on Saturday, October 12th at 3:30 p.m. This performance marks the kickoff for the 2013-2014 Family Fun Series at the Arts Center. The production will feature more than 30 acrobats showing off their skills, music, and costumes. Contortionists, tumblers, and jugglers are featured in the group. The Golden Dragon Acrobats, which are based in Guangzhou in the Hebei province of China, have toured the United States continuously since 1978. The group has 25 full-time members, all of whom have been trained for their craft since they were young kids. Founder, producer, and director Danny Chang has won many awards for his work with this group. The 3:30 performance on Saturday, October the 12th is the only such performance that will take place at the Jasper Arts Center for the public. This performance will be suitable for all ages. For more information or for tickets, you can call 482-3070. Tickets will be $15 for adults and seniors and $8 for students and children. Yesterday was a special day on the Vincennes University Jasper campus. Manufacturing Day was hosted at the Center for Technology, Innovation, and Manufacturing on the campus. The event was hosted as a celebration of yesterday's National Manufacturing Day. Local companies such as Kimball International, Jasper Engines, and Master Brand Cabinets were partnered with selected local students who researched designs, histories, and purposes for various products of the company that they were partnered with. CTIM Director Ray Niehaus says it was a good opportunity for students to get a local perspective on manufacturing.
We wanted to make sure our students had an opportunity to see what's manufactured here locally. They really didn't have an idea. And what you're seeing is we got the students together to go out and work with the manufacturer and look at processes, look at the type of products that are made, because we make parts all over the world. And I think the opportunity for the students was to find out that to be a true statement.
Niehaus says getting the kids involved is good because the manufacturing base has been expanding. He says people with the necessary skills for manufacturing are needed.
We have a low unemployment. That's good and bad sometimes. But the point is that we have expansion, we have opportunity, and we just need more people that have higher skill levels. That middle skill level is so important nowadays.
Several local students participated in the event, including Forest Park High School senior Jason Breyer. Breyer, who was partnered with Master Brand Cabinets, says this event was great for creating future opportunities for students like himself.
I believe the most advantageous part of this entire experience is the fact that students and companies can create a bridge where students like myself can be liaisons between schools like Forest Park and Master Brand Incorporated, and we can work together to possibly have some other students in the future do internships through Master Brand and offer other opportunities to both the students and the company.
Local companies also found yesterday's event to be beneficial. Keith Metcalf, an industrial designer for Kimball Office, says being able to reach out to students and the community as a whole is very important.
Reaching out to the community is one of the strong aspects that this facility is going to allow us to do, actually be able to speak and teach to the kids different kind of elements that and different traits that a lot of times were either handed down, but now we actually have a facility where they can actually come, share together, and learn from.
Yesterday also featured a demonstration of an unmanned aerial system technology that has uses for farmers. The Precision Hawk Company of Indianapolis led yesterday's demonstration. The company makes small autonomous aircraft that could be fitted with electronic sensors for the remote inspection of farm fields. The fields could be checked for the status of the crops, drainage, weed infestation, and pathogen tracking, among other applications. The plane is roughly 3 feet in size and is hand-launched. Before the launch, the plane is programmed with geographic coordinates of the area to be surveyed. Using those coordinates, once it is launched, the plane then locates those coordinates and determines wind direction as well as wind speed to plan out its flight path. For more on this technology, you can visit precisionhawk.com. Manufacturing Day is coordinated so that national and local companies can reach out to demonstrate potential in the modern manufacturing industry, as well as to foster interest in a career in manufacturing for young people. The event was originally created to correct misconceptions that the public may have had about the industry. The main goal of the event is to inform students and the community about the variety of world-class products that are made in the Dubois County region. Finally this evening, an annual fire district parade set for this weekend will mark a special anniversary for one local fire department. This Sunday, the St. Anthony Volunteer Fire Department will mark its 50th anniversary of service in the 18th District Indiana Volunteer Firemen's Association Firemen's Parade. The parade is set to get underway at 1 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. Some of this year's participants will include the Forest Park Marching Rangers and the Schnellville Sesquicentennial Hat, among others. The parade route will start at South Street in St. Anthony and will go past the fire station and a church. The parade will then head down Cross Street past the American Legion and will end at the St. Anthony Community Center. This year's District Mist Flame Award recipient will be announced following the parade. There are 7 representatives from fire departments across the district competing for the honor. Refreshments to be served at this year's parade will include burgers, chili, and various drinks. The refreshments will be located along the parade route as well as at the lineup point on South Street. Entries for this year's parade are still being accepted. For more information or to enter, you can call Scott Ebelair at 630-0520. Coming up after the break, your local forecast, sports with Kurt Gooksell, and Inform featuring Lincoln Heritage Public Library Director Len Maringer. That's all up next here on 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.